So let's talk about one of the most important topics for any business today: digital transformation. Now, I know it sounds like this huge, complicated thing, right? But stick with me. We're going to break it down and show you how it's not just for the big guys, but how it's absolutely essential for every single business to survive and, more importantly, to scale up. All right, let's jump right in. I want you to take a good, hard look at this picture. I mean, just imagine this for a second. This is the ultimate nightmare for any business owner. One bad rainstorm, a small fire, even just a leaky roof, and bam! Years of your hard work, all your invoices, your customer lists, your entire business history gone, literally washed away. And that leads to this really tough question, but we have to ask it. If all your most important information is just sitting in a file cabinet, or worse, just in your head, how safe is your business, really? This right here is what we call the analog trap. It's that comfort zone of running your business the old school way, with notebooks, pens, and memory. It feels simple, but it's hiding some serious risks. So let's unpack what those dangers actually are. You know, the crazy thing is how all these points are connected. It's a domino effect. Your slow manual work isn't just inefficient, it leads to mistakes. And when you lose records, you have no data, and with no data, you're basically flying blind, making huge decisions on just a gut feeling. That means if you grow, it's by accident, not because you planned it. And don't even get me started on the panic of an audit when your books are just a pile of receipts. Okay, so that's the scary part. We've talked about the problem, but what's the actual fix? That term, digital transformation, it sounds so corporate and intimidating, but honestly, at its heart, it's way simpler than you think. Look, here's the bottom line. This isn't about turning your corner shop into a tech startup. Not at all. It's about using simple, everyday digital tools to solve real-world business problems. Think about it. Moving your sales records from a notebook to a simple Google Sheet, or starting to accept bank transfers instead of just cash. The truth is, you're probably already doing some of this, and you don't even call it digital transformation. And this slide just lays it all out, the before and after. On the left, all the headaches, spending hours counting inventory, having no idea who your best customers are, making constant mistakes, and only being able to sell to people who physically walk into your store. And on the right, the solutions. Real-time data that tells you what's hot, automated tasks that save you time, and digital platforms that let you reach customers across the entire country. The difference is night and day. Okay, so theory is one thing, but what can you actually do, like today? We've put together a super simple starter kit. These are tools that are either free or very cheap, and they're designed to give you the biggest bang for your buck right away. Just look at these categories. They cover the absolute core of any business, right? For your records, forget the filing cabinet. Tools like Google Drive or Dropbox are lifesavers. For sales, you can turn your social media into a shop with WhatsApp Business, or get on huge platforms like Jumia and Chowdeck. And to get paid, fast and easy, Paystack and Flutterwave are fantastic local options that everybody's using. All right, now for my favorite part, because theory is great, but stories are what really bring this to life. Let's look at some actual Nigerian business owners who use these exact tools to get incredible results. This is where it gets real. Remember that flooded office? Well, that's based on a real story of a tailor in Yaba. A leaky roof destroyed 6 months of his paper invoices, and he was staring down a serious penalty during an audit. What did he do? He moved everything to Google Drive. The result? He could find any record 70% faster, and his customers were happier because their orders never got lost again. He turned a near disaster into a massive upgrade for his business. Now let me tell you about Amoke Alamala from Ibadan. For years, she ran her small restaurant serving only the people who walked in. Some days were good, some were bad. It was completely unpredictable. She knew something had to change. So she got her business listed on the food delivery app Chowdeck and started taking pre-orders using WhatsApp Business. And the result? I mean, look at this number, a 300% growth in her customer base. In just 5 months. Think about that for a second. She went from serving just her neighborhood to delivering food all across Ibadan. Her market was no longer just her street, it was the entire city. Okay, next step, Karade Spaghetti. Great name. He started with just a little kiosk near a university campus in Lagos. He saw that students loved getting food delivered, but he had no way to manage the orders. So he made a couple of simple, but really smart, digital moves. Yeah, he got on Chowdeck, but here's where the magic happened. he started making these short, fun videos of him cooking and posted them on TikTok, which is exactly where the students were hanging out online. The impact was just explosive. He went from selling maybe 20 plates a day to over 95. See, this wasn't just about delivery, it was about smart marketing, meeting digital convenience. And this last one, wow, this is what scale really looks like. This woman was a trader in Benin City, serving her local community from a market stall. But she knew she could do more. By putting her products on Jumia and using a digital system to track everything, she didn't just grow, she completely transformed. She went from a local market trader to a national seller, shipping boxes all across Nigeria. That is the power we're talking about. Okay, these stories are so inspiring, right? But they all started with one small decision. So the question now is, what's your next step? And to figure that out, you've got to know where you are right now. Just take a second and find yourself on this chart. Be honest. Are you at stage 1, still running everything out of a notebook? Or maybe you're at stage 2, already using WhatsApp and taking transfers. That's great. The point isn't to jump straight to stage 4 overnight. It's just to know where you are so you can plan your very next move. You know, there's this simple but really powerful formula I love. It's faith plus process equals success. So many business owners have the faith, they have the belief, they pray for growth, but faith needs a process to build on. When you combine that belief with a clear digital system, that's when success becomes predictable and sustainable. The legendary business thinker Peter Drucker said this years ago, and it has never, ever been more true than it is today. In this fast, mobile-first world we live in, if you're standing still, you're actually moving backward. Choosing to innovate, to adapt, it's not just about getting ahead anymore. It's about staying in the game. So I'll leave you with this one question. After everything we've talked about, what is the one simple digital step your business will take this week? Is it scanning your most important receipts to Google Drive? Is it setting up a proper WhatsApp business account? Whatever it is, just pick one. Because that single step is the start of your journey from just surviving to truly scaling.